Hey everyone, I want to tell you about the new Roadster V2 from Ride1Up. I got it in 3 days. It was very well packed and really easy to assemble. All I had to do was install the pedals, the front wheel, inflate the tires, install the handlebars, and true the wheels a little. I also had to adjust the front wheel bearings. The bike comes with some little wrenches that are pretty useless. When you put the pedals on, use a real long wrench like this one. The front wheel bearings should have a little bit of play in them. Pop loose these rubber cups, and you need some cone wrenches like these, 13mm. You might have some of these for truing wheels. These are all too small. I had to use this guy, the number 13. As an unexpected bonus, this bike came with a free stocking cap with their logo and a real nice set of hex keys. You may have seen my video about my first Roadster I got a couple years ago. I had a few complaints about it, which I'm happy to say have all been addressed on this new one. For example, these aren't the original brakes. The first ones were too short, and the good people at Ride1Up sent me some replacements for free. Here's the new bike. The brakes are perfect. The first bike had a hole in the bottom that I was afraid would let in water, and I used this plastic plug to fill it. The new one has this nice rubber grommet. Here I had to do some tricky metal bending to make the rack fit. The new one has threaded inserts to attach your luggage rack. And a couple nice touches. We now have a cool looking badge on the front instead of a sticker. And this nice belt attached to the left brake lever. We've added this label to the charge port cover to help you not break it off. The controller is the same as before. If you're not careful, you can break the clamp. You can see here where I had to glue my old one. Ride1Up reminds us not to over tighten the screw, and when you turn it on, put your thumb down here and you press the on button so you don't twist it, then you're less likely to bust it. This bike is the 52cm. I thought it would be lighter than the 58, but not really. I weighed it at 34.8 pounds. This bike is for my daughter, who is 5'5", and it fits her perfectly, as you'll see. I have no complaints about this bicycle. The fit and finish are beautiful. Here's a few details. The brake levers are really nice quality. They have a little rubber insert in the front, which is comfortable for your fingers. The tires say 700 by 28C, but that doesn't mean anything. The actual width is 32mm. They give you a really nice ride even on rough roads. And Schrader valves, so you don't have to deal with Presta adapters. These brakes are really effective and quiet, and easy to adjust. The seat is really comfortable even on long rides. This lever opens up the brake, but it doesn't matter. You'll still have to let at least half the air out of the tire to get it past the brake shoes. These pedals are nice. They'll grip your sneakers, but there's nothing sharp on them to tear you up if you hit your shin on it. This notched belt is great. You don't oil it, you won't get any chainring marks on your leg, no grease on your clothes or your hands. It's real quiet and it's more efficient than a chain. If you need to take off the back wheel, you'll have to cut these two tie wraps, undo this connector, pop this cover, loosen the nuts on both sides with an 18mm, loosen these up with a 4mm hex key, slide the wheel forward, slip the belt off, and then pull the wheel out like normal. Oh, and let the air out for the brakes. Eventually, you'll have to tighten this belt. Just loosen the two axle nuts with the 18mm. Work the wheel back a little at a time using a 4mm hex key on these, keeping the wheel centered in the frame. This should be about this tight. Alright, I do have one issue. I was happy about the rack mounts, but the brake totally interferes with this one. So whatever rack you use, you're going to have to do some imaginative bending to get it to fit. You're really going to want a kickstand. You can't use a standard one because there's not enough room to clamp it here. I got this one off eBay for about $12. It clamps to the frame. It works really well. Let's go for a ride. Sure. Oh wow. So in conclusion, Ride1Up has taken care of every complaint I had with my first one, and I totally recommend this bike.